Hello guys, and welcome back to Ashley Main Makes, and welcome to the Sunday Sewing Circle. So today is fairly exciting, not as exciting as last week, but we are starting on the Charm Rita blouse this week. I actually haven't made this pattern before, so this is the first time I will be making it. I know I said last week that we were going to do something else and not another charm pattern, but I'm really excited about this, and I have, sometimes when you're sewing, you go to do stuff, and it's just not quite the way you thought it was going to be, and so I had to switch gears. So I was working on a dress project, and I had started to look at cutting it out, and then I realized the pattern I had and the fabric I had weren't compatible. So that happens, even to the best of us. Basically, if I can pull it out here, this linen that I got is a little bit too lightweight for the pattern I was going to make it in. So what I thought I would do is mock up the Rita blouse and see if that's something that I would like to make that dress in instead. Yeah, so that's kind of why I'm doing this today, and I thought it'd be kind of good because I am showing you how I would do it if I was just kind of making it up, like, really casually. I'm going to be doing some pinking shears. I'm going to be using my pinking shears today to finish the seams, which is a very retro technique. So we're going to be doing that, and overall it's just like, let's try out the pattern. Normally, if you watch my channel a lot, you'll see that I do a lot of mock-ups, but, this is not really a pattern I can mock up. It is all finished with elastic, so the whole neckline comes together with elastics. There's really no way for me to tell, other than making the whole thing up, if this is going to work for me. I did sort of vaguely, like, tissue-ish figure it out, but yeah, so did sort of ish figure it out, but I think it's okay is my official verdict, and so I just have cut it out in my size as it is based on the size chart, and we're just going to go for it and see how it is. So this is the fabric that I was thinking about for that dress in question. So it's like, you can see here, it's really light, and I think it'll gather really well. It's another linen from Fabric Dash Store. So this is what I wanted to make, or not Fabric Dash Store, Fabric Mart. They're all fabric something. So yeah, so was going to make the dress out of this, decided that princess seams were a bad idea. So what I am actually mocking it up in today, and what we're going to make it out of, is actually the sheet that I got in my Sew Upcycle video. So it is just a nice yellow sheet. So this is what I'm going to be mocking out of. I'm not going to be sad if it doesn't work out that way. And the other thing is, too, it's a nice thick cotton, so this will allow me to pink it really well. So that's kind of what I've got going on today. It's going to be really simple. It's going to be nice and easy. Just a chill Sunday this week after last week's excitement of having Serena on. So if you haven't seen that live, if you're watching Super Bowl last week, go back and watch that. It's pretty good, actually. I know there's a little bit of technical difficulties in the beginning, as per my fashion, but I did leave a timestamp in the comment down below if you want to go and watch that. It'll be a lot easier now. But yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started now after that long-winded explanation of why I'm doing this. Hello, Liv! Thanks for joining us. So, let's put the pinking shears away. The other thing I was going to mention is there is something slightly up with my sewing machine. I did take it all apart this week and clean it and everything. I have determined I have a little bit of an edge on my bobbin casing, and it's causing my bobbin to hop but it's not actually impacting anything else or any of the parts of my sewing machine, so that's good. So I can continue using it. It's just catching on the thread in the bobbin. So it's a little bit noisy right now, so it's not its usual nice ASMR hum. You might have heard a little bit of it in the week before. So what is very exciting is I did buy a new vintage sewing machine. So, but I took it in to get serviced, and the service guy is really backed up. It's going to be like 6 to 8 weeks. And obviously I have that big trip coming up, so we're just going to power through. I might see if I can rent some sewing machines or like borrow one from someone. So if anyone has any good ideas for that, I'm all ears, but I haven't been able to find anything so far. So I think I'm going to have to reach out to some people in my sewing group to see if someone can lend me a machine. So in the meantime, we're a little bit loud, we're a little bit rattly, but it's sewing just fine. So don't worry about my machine itself. It's going to be okay. It's just the bobbin catching. So... Hi, Yorchik. Nice to see you again. So with that, we're going to get started. I have the thing pinned together already. So basically the top part, it basically has a seam right under the bust that's gathered. So you start off with assembling the bottom panels. If you saw the thumbnail picture, it's basically got like a front, 2 side fronts, back, 2 side backs, and then the top 2 gathered pieces. So we're going to start with those 2 side pieces and get going. After, again, an exceptionally long-winded explanation of what's going on. So if you are joining me, please say hello. Tell me what you're working on. I'd love to hear about your projects. And even if you're not sewing or making dinner, I'd love to hear it. So yeah, so I'm going to start to get going here, and yeah, we're just going to go from here. If you have any questions or questions about last week too, let me know. Alright, so, like I say, I have most of it pinned. Did I get it all pinned? Yes. So, and I did mark off everything really well. So that's the other thing, I'm like working on a light fabric on a sheet. I've just marked it up with some water-soluble marker there. So I have all that, and I did mark, because this has got so many pieces that look the same. Like this has like lower, can you see that? Like lower side front. Like I kind of wrote on the fabric with the waterproof, or not waterproof, water soluble pen, what all the pieces are. So very good, very simple. And we're just gonna get rolling. Let's check my seam width here. Right, like, yeah, that's good. And I've got on straight stitch. Just have to check everything here because I was fiddling with it, taking the whole thing apart again for the millionth time. I'm glad I figured it out, though. It's just that edge. I'm less panicked, so I'm really excited for this new machine. It just hums already, and it hasn't even been cleaned up yet, so that's going to be... I'm so excited. I can't wait, but... I was really devastated when he's like 8 weeks. I was like, no! Anyway. But yeah, it's all oiled and everything, so otherwise, other than the bobbin hopping, it sounds good, but... Oh, nice! Working on the patina blouse? Excellent. And the nippers have gone missing yet again. All the scissors in the world and no nippers. That's fine. Do I even have my mini scissors here? have been bad. Hold on. Seam ripper. I have some tiny aesthetic scissors that are kind of annoying, so we can use those. How about that? They're really pretty, though. They're simplicity, like vintage reproduction. So, I guess that's the scissors of the day today. Yeah. Okay. Getting settled in after all the... So what'd you guys think of last week if you were there with Serena? Did you guys like having the guest on? I don't know. I thought it was really fun, actually. I really enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun. We ended up talking for like quite a bit after the live, actually. So, yeah, it's been really fun to kind of get to know someone better than I do online. B6262 pattern yesterday. I'll have to look up what that number is. Oh, that's fun! Really cute sheep themed t-shirt fabric to make PJ bottoms for a knitting retreat. That's awesome. Oh, hi Rachel. Thanks. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. It's fun to talk about things you're excited about, you know. And she really talked me into that vintage machine, so I'll be so excited to have it back when it comes. So I think you guys are going to be excited about it too, and when we get there. Now, let's just double check that I've got this right here. Side, front. Yeah, so you can see how that works out. So you've got lower side front, like that. Oh, hi Julie! Hi from Australia, that's amazing. Thank you for joining us. I don't know what time, isn't it like... So it would be... or this morning, would it be? Or yesterday? You went yesterday or this morning? Hi from Alaska. Oh, hi! Hi Hanover, thanks for joining us again. I appreciate it. Yeah, let me know what you guys are working on. I'd love to... I mean, I realize in Australia, like I say, you might be having breakfast, but... Dinner yesterday. I don't know. I don't know what time it is there. I went to Australia with my parents as a teenager, and I just remember being so exhausted I didn't know what time it was, because getting there was such a challenge. It's such a flight. And then coming back, you live the same day twice, so that's equally weird. It's like, when are we getting back? Yesterday. Man. It doesn't sound too bad. I mean, it got rid of all the creaking because I oiled it and everything, cleaned it all up on the inside. I don't know. Let me know how annoying it is, too. We can also do headphones if this is too annoying. I like the sewing machine sounds, but this sewing machine doesn't sound particularly lovely today, so... Oh, recharge the Ryobi rotary cutter hubby got for me. Doesn't work for quilting, but I'm hoping it'll work to cut out fabric for garments. What? Can I ask why it doesn't work for quilting? Because I feel like that's what they made it for, but I know a lot of people do really love cutting out with a rotary cutter. I don't really have enough space to do that, so I don't really, I mean, I have them, I've tried it. I'm kind of half afraid I'm going to chop my finger off, but, you know, there's that with a motorized one. But I did make the dress I'm wearing. This is from the dress from my last main channel video, so if you haven't seen that, please go and watch that, because I was working on fitting my bodice block. So this is basically the basic bodice from this Ahead of the Curve book that I was talking about. So, and I really like it. It's linen again from Fabric Mart. So, and actually there was a vote that I put up on my channel to vote on the fabric too. So I really like it a lot. Actually, it's super soft now that I've washed it. Oh, good. I'm glad it's sounding like okay. It's like tolerable. Oh, you did not see it? Yeah, no, that's totally okay, Hanover. I feel like for some reason not a lot of people saw it. I was sort of disappointed, to be honest, because I worked really hard on... I thought it would be helpful for people to see me fitting a bodice block, so... You know, sometimes the algorithm gods favor you, sometimes the algorithm gods do not, so... And speaking of the algorithm, if you're hanging out, I would really appreciate if you would like the video. I feel like I have to do the YouTuber thing, but it does really help people find the stream. Since we're in the beginning of the stream, it's really helpful. But yeah, I'm glad you think it's cute. I really like it. I think it's really cute. Definitely will make some more, that's for sure. And I appreciate that everybody's busy this time of year. And I appreciate you guys hanging out, so that's always the way. Alright, so we have the two assembled. So I'm going to switch gears here. I'm going to just like go and pink my edges. So I know back in the day they used to... You'll see it sometimes when you buy the vintage patterns that people would just cut the pattern and the fabric straight out with pinking shears, which always blows my mind. And like, you can do that. That's totally fine. It does make it harder to recut the pattern, so I generally don't do it that way. I'll cut it out straight and then pink it afterward, just because it's easier, I find, for me to sew it and keep my seam straight. And then I'll just go ahead and clean it up with my pinking shears. And the pinking shears, if you haven't used them before, they have like a zigzag on them. So you can kind of see that. And so what that does is it makes basically a bunch of tiny bias cuts so the fabric can't fray past where that is. So you can kind of see there. It creates kind of a nice little wavy edge. And that might fuzz out a little bit in the wash, but at least it won't fuzz past your mountains. So that's kind of the good part about it. And it's kind of a really, you know, this is kind of a vintage inspired top yet again. So it, you know, it's a very vintage seam allowance. It's what people did before they had sergers. I'm just doing it this way because... I want to be able to take this apart again because I've never made this shirt before, and this is pretty tightly woven cotton, so it's not going to fray that much anyway. So it's the perfect seam finish for that. So that's what we're doing. Just makes it really easy too. It's like really easy if you're like a beginner. It doesn't work on rayon, and even linen. I wouldn't say it's your best bet because linen and rayon will fray past it. But if you have some sturdy cotton, if you're working with sturdy cotton of any kind, it'll work just fine. So even like some blends you can get away with, although I might test it, like throw a scrap in the wash and see how it does before you get too ahead of yourself. But Oh, thank you. Thank you, Hanover. I try. I try and make cute things. I feel like we see less of the not cute things. How about that? But yeah, I am really happy with this dress. I think it's really cute. It's got like, I don't know. I've got like one little like ever so slight little lift here. I think I need a little bit more in my sleeve gap. So that's the only thing that I'm going to update from probably this pattern to make my finished block. But it's really nice because I'm hoping I'll be able to hack a whole bunch of things. And that'll make it a lot faster. You know, if I have something in my head, it's easier to recreate if you have a good base pattern to start with. And again, sort of that like sanity check that I talked about, like you can hold it up to another pattern and go, yep, that looks about right, and then move on, you know? So, it was a good thing to do. I hadn't done it, you know, I've been putting it off, because it is quite a fitting thing, but I feel like I'm getting there. I've come a long way in my fitting in the last couple years, so, you know, now that I'm getting there, it doesn't seem as hard. And the book is really good, too. I mean, she's got a lot of adjustments in there. The ones I did were mostly not in the book, so there's that, but it'll get you a long way anyway. So. So please say hello if you're joining us. I see that there's a couple more people in the live, so please say hello. Tell me where you're from. Tell me what you're working on. Just hanging out tonight, working on the Rita blouse. Next. I'm gonna do a little bit of ironing. I don't have the iron. I've got the iron down here. I don't think it's heated up though. Oh. Am I back, chat? Looks like the internet just dropped for a minute. Okay, cool. Awesome. Just wanted to double check. I think, yeah, it looks like the internet dropped. Sweet. Yeah, I just refreshed my... For some reason I had to relog back in. I don't know what that's about. They've been doing a lot of upgrades on our internet. Upgrades. So we'll see how we do. Hopefully it's, hopefully we'll stay up. I am, like, hardlined in and have everything, should have everything up. So hopefully we should be alright now. We will see how that goes. Oh, hello, other Ashley from my neck of the woods. Excellent. Nice to see you here. Awesome. Yeah. So all I'm doing is I'm just pressing, now after that threw me off, I'm just going ahead and pressing my seams nice and flat here now that I've got them pinked. And again, because they're just pinked, it'll make it really easy to take it in and out if I need to afterward. I don't pink it really close. I try and leave myself a bit of a seam allowance so I can take it in and out. Hi! My mom's on, guys. Hi, Danny! Nice to see you again. Is my iron, like, getting hot, or what is happening here? I can never do one of these without any difficulties. this point, I think I'm just finger pressing it. What is going on? Yeah, it's not even hot. Oh, there we go. Okay. Thank you! Yes. My friend Olivia gave me these earrings, so I thought I would wear them tonight. They are my new earrings. I'm very excited about them. Yes, please do let me know what you guys are working on. Well, we apparently wait for the iron to heat up. There it goes. Now you can hear it. Okay, let's turn that down now. It's way too hot. We have a kitten. It's been hard to sew with her around, so I'm cleaning the kitchen. Fair enough. I mean, cleaning the kitchen on a Sunday is probably what I should be doing, but that's so adorable to have a kitten, though. But they do be liking all the thread and everything. I didn't have much problem with them and the sewing machines, but I always had problems with them if I was like my old cats, if I was doing macrame or anything like that. Anything with thread was game over. Ah. Making a ball tee for your mom. What does that mean, ball tee? Like a golf? Like, is that a golf thing? I'm like so uneducated about the sportsing. She wants to attack my hand, feeding the fabric through the machine. It's kind of cute, but I'd be a little concerned about her getting her like paw trapped in the needle or something. That would be really bad. Your cat likes to carry the pin cushion off. That's funny. Must thinks it's like this is a cat toy, right? It's like a stuffed little cushion thing. Kind of looks the same. Cut out your fabric on the floor and your doggos decides it's playtime. Yeah, that was mostly my issue with the cat, too, is she would come and sit right on the paper in the middle of the pattern in the place where you were going to cut. Alright, so we have 2 bottoms. So, next step should be to run some gathering stitches across the bottom of the 2 other pieces. Of course, I put that other fabric out to show you guys, and then... Oh yeah, and these are the sleeves. Look how giant these are. Like, this is bigger than the entire top combined. I mean, I'm excited, but I think it might be excessive, so we're doing this as a test, for sure. And I was very good, and I hopefully marked everything. So you can see here on the pattern where the 2, this is much longer than it needs to be, obviously. So you can see where the 2 marks are there on the bottom. Little pen marks there. So I marked those in. You can, of course, clip them in. It would have been fine on this cotton. I don't know. I just generally don't. I work with a lot of rayon and linen. So I normally just draw them in rather than snipping them out. And then again, we've got, oh, did I miss one? Oh, sort of. I can still see the dot there. They're gonna be glorious, yeah. I am excited, but also let's make sure. They seem even longer than my arm too, so I just want to make sure that this is going to be the vibe. I don't think I want full sleeves on my dress, but I think I want to cut them to a 3/4. But I kind of need to know how much to take off to make it a 3/4. Because right now, Like, they seem longer than my arm. like, whatever. It's fun. It's fun. I do like this yellow color, though, even. So... You had a notch tear once when you were learning, now you never cut it? Yeah, I usually cut the notches out of my fabric, or my pattern. I usually cut the notches out of my pattern and then just mark them, you know, with one of these water-soluble pens or my water-soluble pencil crayon. Should probably go get supper made. Yeah. Could definitely go do that, but... Having a little root beer action. Today I've got tea and root beer and water, so have all the beverages. Alright, so start with the back. Just make sure my machine is going to behave. Just double checking that. Good to go. Okay. So what I'm going to do, so I have to gather between the two notches, so I'm going to put my machine on a basting stitch. Mine is not very long for a basting stitch, I will warn you, to have gathers, so I want to make sure that I've got some tails here, like a little bit of tail. And I'm going to go, so what I usually like to do is run it basically at the edge of my presser foot for the first one. So I'm going to run 2 lines. So I'll start right at the beginning of my triangle notch. Is that on 0? Yes. Okay, just that's weird. You don't want to back tack or heaven help you. So I'm just going to come right to my next one, and then we're going to come up, and I'm going to give it, again, a bit of a tail, just a little tail. And then I know some patterns have you run like right next to it so that it's in the seam allowance, but generally I run another basically whole foot width beside it, and then that way when I go to gather, I actually stitch, or when I go to actually stitch the thing on, I run the stitch in between my 2 lines of gathering. So that way, you know, your gathering stitches don't get caught in your regular stitches. And I find it gives me a much more even gather that way, because you've got the 2 lines of gathering on either side holding it in place. You don't want to get your tails caught. And this stitching doesn't have to be perfect by any means. Oh, are we frozen again? Connected. Okay. Let me know, guys, if I freeze at all. It's freaking out. I saw it said 0 again, so hopefully I'm on. Hopefully we're on still. Alright. So, it's hard to see. You can do this in contrast thread or whatever. Can you see? There's like the 2 lines of gathering stitches right there. So you can just pull on your tails and kind of hold it. And that just lightly gathers it. I don't know how far we're supposed to go gathering wise. I'll have to get my other pieces out just to make it match. not frozen. Okay, awesome, guys. Cool. Thank you for letting me know. I'm all paranoid now. Spectrum. Paranoia. Okay. So I'm not going to go too hard for the minute here. Generally I gather it more than I need and then loosen it out. So it doesn't have to be perfectly even to start off with either. So yeah, so you can kind of see how that works there between the two lines. So what I'm going to do, let's bring out my back here, which is not that piece. Side front, side back. Okay, so again, so you see our two notches. So I've got like a notch there and a notch there, just past the seam line. So seems pretty basic, but I'm just walking through it. So I'm going to match them up. So I've got, get rid of all my other threads so I don't get confused. Alright. So that would be bad. Yeah, so we're way too gathered here. So I'm just going to pull this out until I hit my other side here. Again, matching up that notch. Just sort of pull my basting threads out of the way so that I can not get them tangled and messed up here. It's kind of fun doing a blouse. I feel like this is coming together pretty fast. I mean, granted, we are 40 minutes in, but still, I feel like I'll have a shirt like pretty quick here. But yeah, do let me know. I know this was kind of a different project than even one of the ones I suggested. Like I say, I just thought it'd be a good one to show you kind of me working through the process of testing something before I make the full dress version. So thought that'd be fun. But yeah, let me know if there's any patterns particularly you want to see or any like techniques that you would want to see that would be helpful. Because I'm trying to decide what the next thing is going to be. I'm like, my fabric is finally coming for the next blouse, but I'm like, I probably have to make, I don't know, that's some very nice fabric. I don't know if I'm ready to like jump in the deep end on that yet. I don't know. I have to make a I think I have to make a lower end version before I make the high end version. You know what I mean? So we might do that. I might go get some other fabric for that to make that first. So if you want to see my other first crack at a blouse, let me know. Although that one I might have to do a mock-up, even though it's loose fitting. I feel like I might need it in the shoulders, but we'll see. I might just make it up as is. And then just take the shoulders apart if I need to. So, but yeah. Alright. So that looks pretty good. I think you guys see that okay, what I'm working on there? You like seeing the charm patterns? You haven't tried one yet, but just excited they expanded their sizes. Yeah. No, I was really excited they expanded their sizes. That was kind of the other reason I thought I would show this pattern, because they just recently, like within, I think the last month, they expanded this one into the regular size. Yeah. So, and this is a regular charm pattern, not one of the ones from Patreon too. So this one's pretty easy to get. Although the big sleeve is from Patreon, but the short sleeve regular version isn't. But it's one of my, like, it's super cute. If you look at the versions online, because this is an older pattern, there's so many versions on Instagram, and they're so cute that I have wanted to make this for a while, to the point where I thought about grading out the other pattern, and then I thought, Ashley, what are you doing? So, but now that they've expanded it, I can make it. So, which is awesome. And I can make it without having to fuss with it, which is even better. So, I'm so excited about the expansion. I'm hoping she does the night and day dress. That's the other one I really want. I keep putting in my vote for that. So, but yeah, I was so excited when she got this one done. And I had an old version, because I bought it previously in the smaller size range when she expanded it up to a 20. Because so the old block wasn't very good, and I technically would have fit into the 20, but the couple things I made, the block didn't fit very good at all, so would not recommend any of the ones that their sizing hasn't been expanded on. So I thought about doing that. I even had it cut out, and then I bailed, so I was like really happy. But yes, this one's on their regular website, so you can totally make this. But I'm glad you're enjoying seeing the charm patterns. I know I've made like 3 of them. I swear I'll make something else. I'm just on a kick right now with what I'm working on, so, which you'll see in a bit. I have this whole kind of capsule I'm excited about making, so you guys will see the kind of end result of that, of why I'm making all these ones lately, but yeah, I really like them. They have cup sizes, so that's a big, that's a big plus for me. If I don't have to, like, mess with it every time, then that's helpful. Like, I just want to be lazy and just cut out the pattern and make the pattern like everyone else, so, but, anyway, so we have this all pinned now, so you can see that. So it's just pinned along the back there, basically to the mark, and then it's straight after that under the arms, which is kind of nice. So it's like a slimmer fitting peasant blouse. I love the skirt with the big pockets. Yes, so that one just got extended as well here, like, I want to say like a few days ago. I just emailed them for a new copy of that one. I did make that as my very first video here on YouTube. Actually, I hacked that pattern. So, but the old size range was garbage, and I ended up taking out like 10 inches out of that skirt. So, I'm really excited to see that it's in the new block. But yes, that one just came out in the bigger sizes as well here the other day. Struggle with fitting them? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what ones you've tried, Danny. But like I say, like, the newer ones are okay. The old ones were not good. Like, if they go up to the 32, and you're in the, because I went from being, like, basically, like, a 20 or 22 to being a 30 in the new range. But, this is what I mean by your size does not matter at all, what the number is, because sewing patterns have no bearing on reality. But yeah, I don't know, which one did you make, Danny? I haven't really she hasn't really done a lot of the fitted ones yet in the larger block, and I'm not a big, I'm not making a boned pita bodice for my life, so I haven't really made that many of those, even though I kind of know that's like what she's known for. I might eventually, but the Esther swimsuit. Make my hips to be a lot bigger than they are. Yeah. I haven't made that one. I did really like that one, but she hasn't expanded the size range on it. I found the old block, she expected you to be like bam, 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 which wasn't working very well. I really hope she expands that one, although I know people were really unhappy with her doing a swimsuit, which I thought was really odd. But what do I know? So hopefully that one will be expanded. Because I'd say even if you were close to the top end of the range, I imagine there would still be a lot of issues with it. But I could be wrong, but I know it was like, I think it was like 4 or 5 inches out on the waist measurement and that. So am I doing this right? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so this one's got, so the front's got 2 sections of gathering, one for each boob. So that's interesting. We'll see how that looks. It doesn't look like that when you see it on other people. So I'll be interested to see how this goes. I know, I am excited to be making this. I've wanted to make this one for a long time, just because I've seen everyone else making it. It's like one of those ones where it's like a bit of FOMO, for sure. I know there's a lot of other popular patterns that they haven't expanded the size range on from other ones as well. So, you know, just always waiting. I know they expand like the Ogden cami and the toaster sweater finally, but I'm sort of bitter about it, so I haven't done either of those, which are like sewing community darlings. But has so many pieces between the waist and hips, it's hard to know exactly where to adjust it. Yeah. Does she have... The Esther's from the regular range, right? I bet she's got a video up. I don't know if there's a video up on how to adjust it. I mean, I think with something like that, you could probably, you know, just straighten it off to a certain extent. Like, figure out what your bust and your hips is, and then just, like, straighten it off. You know, giving it a light curve and see how that looks. Because you can always take out more if you need to. But yeah. Yeah, she might have something on her blog for it then. But yeah, I would probably make it, you know, basically draw in your waist and your hip size, and then, you know, just kind of like, you know, take your French curve and just graduate between them and see how that is. And then if you need to, like, take some more out, I know it's expected to be, like, kind of cinching in the waist, but I don't know how much, so you can always tighten it. It's easier to, like, make it loose than tighten it, you know. So, alright. So we have our gathering again. underwear pattern for the bottom. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's the reason I like looked at it and bailed, was like, I don't, you know, just because it hadn't been size adjusted yet. Kind of hope she does, actually, because I really do like that pattern, and I would really like to make a swimsuit at some point, but like so far I just haven't liked any of the patterns really. Like I like that one, but it's not in my size, and some of the other ones I liked weren't in my size, but then everything else seems to be like a tank top and underwear, and I'm like, it's just not my jam, man. I need some like, we need to be like slightly locked and loaded in the pool. Like we're not doing that. So like I don't need to be like suit, like I don't know. I just feel like tank top's not gonna cover it. Like, let's just be real. Like, even if it was like, I don't know, just seems like danger. I don't know. I don't want any incidents, man. So, because I know, like, Helen's Closet has a swimsuit, and then that other gal, that other pattern designer, I think it's like Megan Nielsen, she's got a swimsuit, and Friday Pattern Company's got a swimsuit, but all of them are sort of like, although the Friday Pattern Company one, I think, that one's kind of interesting, because it's got sleeves on it, which I thought was kind of a neat, like, but it's like a super deep V, but it's got sleeves on it. Just kind of an interesting idea. But, I don't know. My boob's still sunburned, so that doesn't really, like, I don't know. You've just, like, decreased your sunburning in one area and increased it in another? I don't know. Bodice fits you really well. Only adjustment had to make the straps half an inch longer. Oh, that's good. Well, that is good. Good on you. That's pretty decent, then. That's not bad. I don't know. I'd be tempted to just give it a go and see how it goes. So I don't imagine there's as much fitting in the bottom half. It's just probably a little big. You like the Helen's Closet for more active pursuits? Yeah. I think for me, I was just like, if I was even more active, like, I just feel like I would bounce out the bottom. I don't know. Just didn't seem very... Like, it's got nothing in there. No nothing. So. Okay. What are we doing? Okay, so you can see 2 marks. 2 marks. Cool. So we're doing the same thing again. I have this on the right side, right? Yeah. Let me grab my pins. So I'm not, like, reaching in the opposite direction, because I keep doing that for some reason. Yeah, bathing suits are... Yeah, if anyone has any good bathing suit recommends, I'd be interested, because I feel like there's There's very few. Like, Cashmere has the IP switch, but the styling on that is a little, like, I don't know. Looks sort of like a Sears bathing suit to me. I don't know. I'm like, that's just not... It's vintage in a bad way, I feel like. A little bit. I mean, I guess it gives you support, so there's that, but... I don't know. But even for like, that one might be good, actually, as an active swimsuit, but... I don't know. I sort of feel like if I'm gonna make something like that, I could buy it. I don't know. Probably would be okay, though. I haven't really played around with that too much. I don't sew a lot of knits. I sew some knits, but I like sewing with wovens better, so I haven't really explored, like, too far down the activewear knit realm. My serger does do a cover stitch, so I have thought about playing around with that, but... But I don't know. Making leggings or yoga pants just doesn't seem like, I don't know. It seemed hard to buy that type of materials, too. It which I think is my other issue. Like, I haven't found a good supplier for any materials like that that's consistent for, like, activewear, swimwear. And I'm sort of like, if I'm buying polyester and also buying polyester leggings, I don't know. I haven't made anything like that, to be honest. I know a lot of people like sewing their own leggings and stuff, but like, I'm not one of those people that likes, like, athleisure. Like, I wear mine for, like, working out, basically, and that's it. So I don't, like, bum around in mine. So if I bummed around in mine, I might care more, but getting all my gathering stitches out. Discovery Fabrics has good activewear fabrics. Okay, I'll have to go have a look. Yeah, because I would love to make, I do really like to swim, so I wouldn't mind making a swimsuit down the road. I just haven't found the thing. I haven't been like, oh, I'm so inspired to make this thing. Like, it would be very, like, I don't know. Seems a bit drudgery-ish for now. But that charm one is very cute. I'm hoping maybe she'll expand the size range by the time I get up the gumption, and then I'll make that one. Okay, yeah, I'll have to keep that one on the list. Alright. This one needs to be gathered a bit more. So this stage is kind of important just so that, like, how you get the gathers, like how even your gathers are when you pin them is kind of how even they're going to be when you're wearing it. So this is kind of an important little stage to, like, make sure everything is nice and even. Like that. There we go. Yeah, so basically you want this to be flat on the back when you've got it gathered. So it's nice and even. You're not gathering the one on the bottom. That one's straight. Once we get past this, guys, it will be more exciting getting into the sewing. Although I only have a navy zipper that's the correct length, so we might just kind of measure this and see how long it is. So I have some 16s and I have some 14s in cream, but I don't have anything in... It's supposed to take a 12 in... So we shall see if I have a zipper that's going to work. I think I'm going to do a lap zipper, actually, instead of an invisible zip, so... Just because, again, I don't have any invisible zips, but also what I talked about in that other video, where, like, the problem with invisible zips is that they break. And I'm not down for that, and I hate putting them in, so I do a lap zip, which is more of a retro touch anyway. So it's usually my preferred method, is to do a lap zip. Alright, I think we're good. Oh, I didn't pin them. Helpful if you pin it, Ashley. Actually hold said gather so that you worked on so hard getting even. Let's see here. Yeah. I don't know, I definitely need some ideas, guys, of whatever you would want to see coming up. like I say, if there's any guests that you'd want to see. So it's definitely something I gotta work. I had some plans. Obviously, we did some plans, but I have a few streams coming up, and then we're gonna make some other stuff. So let me know if there's anyone that you like really love that you watch on YouTube. Let me know. I mean, obviously, like there might be some bass that are too big for me. Like, I'm probably not gonna be able to get like Rachel Maxey or something on the channel, but you know. One can dream. One can dream. Machine, and then double, quadruple check that you aren't on a basting stitch anymore, because how many times have I done that? I have some tea. All right. This is coming along. I mean, it's only... So we're like an hour in, guys, and we're like pretty much like almost just like partially assembled anyway. I'm like, oh, I might not make it to the zipper tonight. We're gonna make it to the zipper, that's for sure. Seam allowance caught here. There we go. Alright. It's funny, it says I started streaming 20 minutes ago. That's clearly not right. If you are just joining us, you've only been on for 20 minutes, let me know. Alright. I got my extra pins that I put in on the wrong side here. Just gonna double check my gathers so no little folds have happened. We're pretty good, although I did get some of my gathering stitches caught, but do our best here. A lot of times I'll just leave the one that's like in the seam allowance, because like whatever, but oh, and there's a row pin in there. know, guys. Let me know that you're still with me. What's going on? I feel like we're actually pretty quiet today. It's kind of weird. So. Alright. Did get them caught despite my method. Oh well. Alright. Rid of all these extra threads here. Looking pretty good. Oh, we got an extra thread here. Just whizzing along today. Alright. So there you can see the front. Front all assembled. See where those gathers are. Of course, this looks like this whole neckline here is going to be gathered, right, with the elastic, so that's more about how it's going to sit. So we're getting there already. It's quite satisfying. So put that aside. We're going to do the other one. Do the back. So the other thing too is when you're sewing gathers, a lot of times you want to put the gathered side towards the feed dogs, because that helps you gather the fabric while you're going. Oop, didn't like that. Of course I pinned this on the wrong side. It's probably how I messed up my machine to begin with. Although there's been something up with it for a bit. I'm not quite sure what's going on with it, but... Be excited when I get to take it in. Of course, it decides to do this now when I need it. Because, you know, can't just hold on until I don't, like, I can take a break with you. But you can't do that. Be interested to know, like, what do you guys sew on as far as machines go? I feel like we talked about a lot with that last week. So I'd be interested to know, like, what kind of machines you guys sew on. You've got, like, a top-of-the-line something, or hand-me-down, or grandma's machine, or, you know, what you guys work on. Oh, you have a Singer Heavy Duty? Nice. Singer Treadle. Oh, hi, Lauren! No worries. I appreciate the lurk anyway. Yeah, if you are lurking, no worries, but I just love to hear from you guys. I feel like it's sort of quiet tonight. I don't know. It's sort of funny, but maybe it just feels that way after last week where I did nothing but talk. Talked so much my voice was sore. It was funny. Is that like a newer Singer Heavy Duty, or is that 4452? That sounds like a newer number of a Singer Heavy Duty. Singer Treadle from the 30s. That is cool. Like, it's a fully, like, treadle, right? Eventually I want to get there. We'll see that I want to try a treadle. But today is not that day. I bought one of my dream machines on Facebook Marketplace, and so that's what went in. Because that was very exciting. It was like kismet after I got off that call with her last week, and I was like looking at it, I was like, I should really look at that again. And then it's like I opened it, and it's like, there it is. So I bought it, which is great, but now I'm going to take 8 weeks to get back. And I cried a little inside. Especially because this guy's got to go in, so it's going to be like a swap. As soon as I get that one in, we're going to swap them out, and this guy's going to go in. And then at least I'll have a second machine. So I'm very excited about all the embroidery and everything it can do, so. Lurking and knitting. That is totally fine. I'm glad you're working on something anyway. I appreciate you hanging out. Oh, newer heavy duty. Yeah, it sounded like with the numbers. Treadle was your great-grandmother's, no electric parts. She didn't have electricity until she moved off the farm in the 50s. Have you worked on it a lot? Like, do you enjoy the treadling? I'm always interested about that. Like, if you enjoy the treadling. I'm always like, you must have had, like, one boss thigh that you treadle with. It's like, one day, we'll get there. We're going to slowly work backwards, I think. But I also don't have the space for it at this point. But I think it'd be a cool thing to experiment with later. Seems like there's a surprising amount of them still kicking around, because everyone's grandma had one, so. We're working on a 10-year-old Elna 442, 420? Yeah, cool. Yeah. Elna. The Elna's made by... Elna's European. It's made by somebody, right? Is it Bernina that it's made by? I can't remember. Oh! Hi, Curvy Sewing! Thank you! I appreciate you saying that. You have a singer? Yeah. Brother 350. Not great. Machine. Just bought it from a mother at a garage. Yeah, I feel like people get sewing machines like they get cats. You know? Like, here's my garbage cat that I adopted. Like, it's sort of like, here's my garbage sewing machine that I adopted that someone's grandmother had. I've got 6 working parts, and I have a box of mystery feet that I don't actually know what they do. It's like... That's why I was, like, wondering, like, have people actually, like, gone out and bought sewing machines, or do they just kind of appear into the universe, you know? It's a learning curve you're not good at, but have fun trying. Have yet to get through a seam. Fair enough. Yeah, it seems like a lot to treadle. It's like, sort of like a rub your stomach, pat your head, like, sewing and, like, treadling and sewing at the same time. I feel like I'm not coordinated enough for it. Singer Quantum. I don't know what a Singer Quantum is. I'll have to look that up. Is that like a vintage Singer Quantum? Is that like one of their names? One of their marketing names? Relatively high-end but older Bernina. Yeah, Janome. Yeah, this one's a Janome that I'm working on. And the gals at the local Janome shop are really nice. That's who actually I took my vintage one into for repair. They're really great. So, if I was going to buy something new, that's probably what I'd get. You want to start a channel soon, too? Yeah, I mean, go for it. There's definitely room for more. There's not that many of us doing plus-size sewing, so... do it. It's like, why not? Everyone's seen me embarrass myself on the live streams on the internet, so... I feel like nothing can be worse than that, right? So... You cleaned out your sewing machine today? It was like a trip down memory lane with different thread. Yeah. Yeah, this one, literally, I opened it to clean it to try and figure out what was wrong with it, and, like, a whole, like, lint ball dust bunny of various shades came out, I was like, ooh, I clearly need to dust you more often. Sorry, machine. Oh, thank you. It's a fairly new, great computerized sewing machine. Yeah. You don't know how to start. Okay, so I don't really know either. I mean, obviously I've been really only doing this, like, kind of for realsies for, like, about 6 months now. You know, you can start anywhere. I started on my phone. I just got a camera. And I picked up a microphone, obviously, to be able to do this. Although I lucked out and got a Yeti at Goodwill, so that was kind of... We've been trying to keep the budget pretty tight still on the channel. But yeah, you can just definitely just get started with a mic. It's good to have some sort of mic. I got a mic that would plug into my phone to start with, so that at least I would have a little bit better sound, because I do a lot of talking. And then the Yeti's been really helpful for voiceovers, so I would say some sort of mic in your phone is all you really need to get started with. It's good to have a concept, too. I think the concept videos do a little bit better, but I don't really know yet. We're just figuring it out as we go. I had wanted to do it for a while. I had probably wanted to do it for a couple years, and then I just decided one day that I would do it, which was weird. The whole experience has been kind of weird of starting a YouTube channel. But I don't know. I just didn't see anyone doing, like, plus size sewing or fitting or any of that type of stuff. And so I thought I would show that stuff, because I feel like that's important to, like, everyday people actually wearing clothes versus people making... Skinny people making gorgeous fantasy dresses is one thing, but making regular nice clothes that fit you well is another. Not that I'm not going to do some fantasy things, because I definitely am, because I think that's going to be fun, but... Lauren, the Yeti at Goodwill was one of the top finds I've ever heard of. Yeah, it's pretty much the top find of my life, so... And actually, Adam, my fiance, found it, so... Wasn't even mine, that counts, so... But yeah, you're hearing me on my $4 Goodwill Yeti microphone, so... But yeah, they're regularly, like, I think $130, but well worth it. I do really like it for doing the voiceover and that sort of thing, so... But yeah, it's been fun. Yeah, experimenting with the new camera and microphone in the last video, and that's been a bit of a challenge, getting used to all that, so... We need more plus-size inspiring outfits. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And now there's actually some, you know, some plus-size patterns out. It's... Yeah, there's just not a lot of people doing it, and I know the internet trolls are a thing, and they suck. But, you know, overall, I'd say it's been a pretty positive experience, and I've gotten a lot more sewing done, and it's been really good to connect with people online, too, so... it's a brand, is a Yeti. I know that sounds weird, but it's called, it's like a blue, the brand is blue, and the type is a Yeti. But you'll probably see a lot of people use blue mics. It's pretty common. A lot of people use them for podcasting and stuff too, so it's like kind of your standard, like I say, someone gave up their podcasting dreams and now I have a microphone, so, yeah. But yeah, I would consider a microphone as a splurge. You can definitely film on your phone, no problem. But yeah, you'll want the sound to be decent. I feel like that's one thing that kills people with channels a lot is the sound. So, because you can even edit in your phone and everything. Like, I know some people like just even edit in their phone. So, I don't. I edit on my computer, but, you know. I definitely am a baby YouTuber still. I definitely don't know what I'm doing. This is all blundering. So I have very little advice, but generally I'd say, like, sound is important, having an idea is important, you know, making sure you're, like, taking pictures and doing thumbnails and that sort of thing. Obviously, like, do the regular YouTuber stuff, but how do I want to do this here? What side do I want the zipper on? That's the other question. I like, don't even really think I'll need a zipper, to be honest, because it seems excessive, but I guess we'll do what the pattern says to do, because this is our first time making it. I think this would be my left side, wouldn't it? You're doing great. Thank you. I appreciate the vote of confidence, if nothing else. Yeah, it's been fun. It's definitely been fun. And like I say, like talking to people and like, you know, even talking to like Serena, we've been talking for a while. You know, getting to talk to other people that do sewing, because there's not that many people in real life that do a lot of sewing. Although there's a really good sewing group here in Austin, but I don't know. It's been fun. It's been fun. It's been an experiment anyway. Like, so, I don't know, we're gonna see how it goes. So hopefully it goes well. I'm excited. I'm going on a creators trip in March, so that's kind of what I'm gearing up for right now. So, with all these projects, which I'm like, what? I have all the audacity to consider that I can go on that trip, but alright. So, if you want a sewing podcast to listen to, Punk Rockers have a minimum 55-inch requirement. Yeah, no, Punk Rockers is great. I listen to them a lot. I've been following Jenny Hassler for quite a while now, before she had the podcast, so, because she worked with Cashmerette a lot, so, yeah, no, they're great. I really like them. Love to Sew is the other one that's run by the gal from Helen's Closet. I don't listen to that one as much, just because I find it a little, I don't know, it's a little saccharine for my taste, to be honest. I like Jenny's hot takes, but, you know, it is a lot of fun, though. I would recommend it. And they have themes every month that they do, that are on Instagram, so that's kind of fun. I've participated in a couple of their months. I feel like I always plan too far out of what I'm working on, so, you know, if what I'm working on happens to work out, or if I can bump a project up to make it work out in their month, then I will. But yeah, they have like fun theme hashtags to look through. Oh, I didn't trim this one. Crap. Sorry guys, hold on. Got all wrapped up in talking. Although I'll just unpin that, that's fine. But yeah, Punk Rockers is really great, and I like their sizing requirement. I also have a sizing requirement here on this channel, but like I won't make or mention patterns that are smaller because I just don't think it's helpful. There's already enough of that, so I don't. The only exception to that is, of course, vintage patterns that I'll grade. But I don't make or grade. I don't make or grade modern patterns. I don't buy or make modern patterns that aren't in my size range. So that's how that works. So I will with vintage patterns, because obviously they aren't available, and you know you're buying that from a young seller, or like a seller now, you know. But in terms of, like, I don't really want to support designers that aren't going to make my size, so that's kind of my rule. So, just so you guys know where I stand, that's kind of where I stand on that. Because I definitely could buy, and I did for the longest time when I first started sewing, but now there's really no need to. And I don't really think there's any excuses anymore for not making, like, at least a reasonable size range. So, because I am not the maximum by any means. So, yeah, I just don't do it. So, yeah. I've been excited to see the Big Four expanding, though. They're expanding into plus size finally. Not all the patterns, which is frustrating, so it's hard to know which pattern is in the goes up all the way and which patterns don't. Like, it seems to be random. So, I'm hoping they're going to do better on that, but I do plan on doing a few Big Four, because I did a poll and it said that most of you sew Big Four, so I will be doing some of their plus size patterns. I did pick up a few here, and yes, we will be doing some of those that are from the Big Four, but I won't be making any of the older ones that aren't in the decent size range. Just because I think that's, you know, sucky. Are you getting excited for your upcoming trip? Yes, I am very excited for my upcoming trip. Kind of freaking out, but I'm excited. I am really excited. I think it's going to be really cool. So, yeah. I'm like nervous. I'm on the chat with all of them now, everyone that's going on this trip now, and we're supposed to be talking about what the theme ideas are in the next period of time here, so I'm gonna have to sew like mad. So that was kind of the other point behind doing the bodice block was, you know, if I have to hack something to make something quickly, I can, which is good. I'm glad I did that. But yeah, I'm really, really, really excited. So, kind of freaking out because not everything's been finalized yet, but I think it's going to be exciting. Again, I have all the audacity thinking I can go on this trip with my tiny following, but hey, that's what we're doing. But I'm really excited. I'll be doing a capsule for that, so you guys will see that. I'm probably not going to get everything done for the trip, but we're going to have some videos on that, so I don't know. It's going to be exciting. Going to make some cute things, so hopefully it's going to be great. Hey, Serena, nice to see you. Speak of the devil. Should I say that? Nice to see you. Come to hang out. No worries. Get some vlogging footage. Yeah, I definitely will. That is the plan. It's going to be interesting to pack for like photo shoot and that because I've never done that before. I am nervous out of my mind to do that because I don't like taking photos particularly, and the only reason I am able to do them is with my fiance. So I know that's weird coming out of a person that is narcissistic enough to start a YouTube channel, but still. So yeah, so that's exciting. So I'm very excited about that, but that's hence my sewing machine being annoying. It is terrible. This is terrible timing as the sewing machine goes, but alright, where's the left side? Okay, so left side's my zipper side. Maybe I'll put it in flat. I just probably pinned that for no reason. Okay, so I'm gonna sew up the side. What are you working on tonight, Serena? Are you working on anything or just coming to hang out? I was just saying how nice it was having you here last week, that I was like excited to have somebody on the channel. It's nice to not talk to myself. It's weird to talk to myself like into the space tonight, so sorry if I'm like totally rambling. It's like I'm all alone again. I know you guys are here, but it's sort of like talking to the air. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Sewing a last-minute baby blanket as you listen to you. You'll do fasting on your photo shoot. I hope so. I hope I will do okay. I feel so nervous because a lot of the people that are going have a big following. You know, and there's a lot of that, so. And have been like costuming and doing stuff for a long time, so this is all kind of new to me. But I just thought it'd be a really good opportunity to go. So, and like it's a seminar, so I get to learn a lot of stuff, hopefully. That'll help me improve, so that'll be really good, I'm hoping. So, because there's a lot of stuff on doing like short form content, and like doing lighting and stuff, so, and like how to pose, and all of that, so hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. Whoop, there we go, right into a pin. I think we're good. Just hanging out, spent most of the day cleaning. Oh, you had so much fun last stream. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you had fun last stream. I was really worried. I was like hoping it was going to be good, because I don't know, like I said, never had anyone on before, so, and we hadn't talked in person either before then, so just like randomly sending pictures and stuff of fabric back and forth, so. So let me see, guys. How terrible of a zipper do you think I can get away with if I do a lap zipper? Like, should I just go with a bright red zipper? So what I might do... Maybe I'll baste it. Felt so natural. I'm so glad. Yeah, I feel like we've been talking for a while. It's just funny because we have so much in common, like, despite being, like, I don't know, like, with the whole yellow thing and then the same iron and everything. It's just funny. So every time I watch you, I'm like, oh, I own that. It was funny. I was listening off to Adam, like, I'm like, oh yeah, we talked about this. We talked about this. He's like, okay, so she just likes everything you like, is what I'm hearing. And I'm like, yeah, basically. Okay, how far? I should have probably checked. I have a bunch of random zippers. I didn't buy a zipper for this, because obviously I'm doing this as a test. Just to see if this pattern's going to work, and I don't even know if it's going to work yet. This is my first time making it. So I have... Oh. Let me just double check that my stream is okay. Stream's okay, right, guys? Oh yeah, cool. Okay, we're good. We're good! Sweet. Okay, just wanted to double check. The yellow is gorgeous. Thank you. Yeah, this is that, it's actually a sheet that I got at Goodwill during my upcycle challenge. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's got like a stripe in it. It's got like a satin stripe in it. So I think it's going to be really cute. I'm really excited to make it and actually like wear it with that green skirt that we made in one of the other live streams. So let's see, we got 20. I've got a 9-inch. It's supposed to be 12. So I have a 9 in navy. I know I've got some white. This is the prepared streamer I am. You guys have always been so sweet and you're like, it's fine. Okay, so what do you think? I've got a 16-inch cream. 16-inch cream. I have a 14-inch red. And I have a 9-inch in navy. I mean, you're not really going to see because I'm going to do a lap zipper, but... Calls for a 12. I have a million zippers and none of that. I don't even know what length this zipper is. Of course it's not regular fabric. That shade is perfect. Yeah, it's pretty cute. I was pretty excited to find it. And I have quite a bit left, so I'm kind of debating if I'm gonna, you know, if I'm gonna cut this off and make it into a dress after if it turns out well, or, you know, or if I'll make the scrap into something else entirely. Yes to the red? Okay. Alright. Lauren's first response. Anyone else is weighing in? It's so spicy in mod. Yeah, this is the... I feel like the Rita... I don't know, the Rita's pretty 50s, this Rita dress, but... like I said, I've wanted to make it for a while, and she just released it in the extended sizing, so... I was just so excited about that. Alright, so this is kind of a weird zipper. So she actually has you zip it up from the bottom. So, yes, I have this on the machine already. This is improper practice here. And now I've got the little staple. Red or cream? Anyone else? Whoa, tiebreaker? Red or cream? I feel like I already ripped the tag off, so we're going with the red. This red zipper is super ancient. I don't know where it's from, so I feel like it's time to get rid of it, to be honest. Alright. That's pretty much the whole side seam. Okay, so maybe we're taking it off the machine and just ironing it. Make it so you don't have to use a separating zipper. Yeah, this isn't a separating zipper. This is just a regular... Oh, it makes it so you don't have to do a separating zipper. Yeah. The way she's got you doing it from the bottom. Well, and the sleeve's going in too. So. Alright. And I have my... Serena wasn't here earlier with the nippers, but these were my fancy vintage Singer reproduction scissors that I've got. Yeah, we'll see how much fabric I've got left. It might turn into a dress if I like this, but we'll see. I just didn't want to cry if I made it in real fabric. And that linen was not the cheapest that I want to make the full dress out of, so make sure I was testing this effectively. Okay. Sweet. Serena hearts. Those don't last long, but they're pretty. Yeah. I know they don't. I haven't used them very much. I just can't find my nippers yet again. I don't know. I have nipper fairies, apparently. Adam keeps saying we have brownies because the measuring spoons keep getting spun around in the drawer, like where they are on the ring every time we go to use them. So he's been saying that we've got like ghosts. It's very strange not having a cat around anymore. Just makes it feel like the entire house is haunted. So, because you can't just blame it on the cat. You're like, it's fine, it's the cat. And it's like, no, it's not fine, there is no cat. So that's been weird. Also, cats don't move measuring spoons, so there's that, but... Alright, cool. There we go. Chain them to the desk. Yeah, I think I need to rig up some sort of like pull chain that they snap back to, because like I just bought a new pair and now they've disappeared again. And my old ones I'd had forever, they were my Nana's, like my blue pair that still hasn't reappeared. That I had never had to replace them, and then I got a new set and now they've already disappeared, so I truly have no idea what's going on. I need like some sort of zip cord. Zip tie. I'm missing my ironing guide, guys, so I'm gonna have to get up for a minute. Okay, we're good. We're back. So, I love this thing. This is actually a quilting tool. This is like a clover... Can't remember. It's like a clover press ruler. So it's actually made of like a kind of a stiffened felt, but it's got measurements on it. So you can iron right over it to your exact measurement. So it's really handy, especially when I'm doing something like this lap zipper where I have to have like one side at half and one side at 5/8. So that's what we're going to do. So I've got this already. So we're going to start off with, I'm just going to press open the normal side. Although the shirt's starting to get big already. It seems huge because it's not cinched in with the elastic yet. So it'll be fun to see, but that's why I was like, I literally don't know how to mock this up other than making this shirt, because the whole thing is basically cinched together with elastic. So, just gonna hit this with some iron. Sounds like it's hot. Yeah, we're good. We're hot. We're hot. We're hot. There we go. Sweet. Okay. Now, which way? So the front, should be our overlap. So that is going to be our short side. So whatever side you want your overlap to be is the side that is going to be the longer one. Because I don't really want to see the zipper, especially because it's red. There we go. It's making good progress on your baseball tee. Then my cat decided it was time for pets. I mean, it's a cat break. It's what they're best for. They're like the best at making sure that you're taking time for yourself, taking breaks. I really do miss my girl. She passed away last November. So that's been really hard, not having her around anymore. So one of these days we might get a new cat, but I don't know. I haven't had the heart yet, so we'll get there. But I absolutely adore cats. They're great. So all I'm doing is I have my, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here. Can you see what I'm doing? Okay, yeah, you can sort of see what I'm doing. So you can see where this felt guide is, so I'm just pulling it up to the 1/2 inch mark here. And then just making sure I'm right on that 1/2 inch line all the way along. This is like one of the best things I've ever bought, and it's definitely like a quilting thing. It's definitely for quilters, but... And then I just make sure to press it extra flat. Oh, I should have probably pinked that before I did that, shouldn't I? Just like slap-a-dash going into things tonight. So the other side, we do at regular 5/8. So normally you'd only go as far as your zipper goes, but since my zipper almost goes all the way through, I'm not worrying about it. Like I say, this pattern calls for a 12-inch zipper, which I have none of. I don't know why I have those 16-inch zippers particularly. They've been kicking around for a while. But... like, I don't know why I have them, what they were bought for, if they were my Nana's, or like where they came from, if I bought them for some reason. Not sure. Not sure. Just making sure I'm on the 5/8 here. I'm probably get away with just cruising all the way down. That's one thing. You do get good at knowing what the distance is after a while. I just like to make sure when I'm doing the lap zip, mostly. But you do get kind of good at knowing what 5/8 looks like. Oh, let's not steam the camera. We did that one time on a live stream. Okay. Let's go back. Just gonna trim this. This is kind of doing this ass backwards, but that's okay. Just in case it sticks out at all. Most of it will probably be under the zipper, but... And honestly, this cotton is so tightly woven. I don't know if it matters that much, but we're just being good. Even though it's a mock-up. Well, somewhat good. We're being half good, right? I haven't decided what... when I make the dress, like what seam finish I would want to do on that with the linen. I haven't really decided yet. I haven't really decided yet what I'm doing about that, but I'll figure it out. I don't think I really want to get fancy and French seam it. We might do that pre-serging thing again, closet historian type time. researching, but we'll see. It's also a lot with the gathers, so yeah, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I think the other thing is I would like to try shearing the back panel on the dress version. So that's the other reason I wanted to test this fit before I went ahead with that. Because I think that would make it really comfy. And would prevent me from needing this zipper in the side, which would be nice. Oh! Chiming in later on the sewing machine topic. You've got a 1911 free treadle. Just got the belt on. Needed to refinish the cabinet. You have a Husqvarna. Also 1982 Kenmore in the garage with tension issues. Yeah. Well, I know Serena really likes those Kenmores, so it's a good machine. Making a welding cap tomorrow. Welding cap? How does one make a welding cap? Doesn't that need to be like spark proof and everything? Alright, so this is a slightly weird zipper application. I'm wondering if I should flip it around, but I'm not going to for now. So, okay, so what we're going to do, she has you sew the zipper towards the bottom. This all just feels a little backwards, so bear with me here. So, generally what I do for a lap seam is I will take the first side, which is our back side in this case, and I'll line up the side of the fabric with the side of the zipper teeth. So you can kind of see that there. Like that. So that got my thing on it, but so you're not covering the zipper teeth on your first pass, and you want it to be close enough away, or like, you don't want it to be right close to it where it's going to get stuck, but close, like quite close to the side of the zipper teeth, because you want to make sure that 1/8 of an inch overlap is actually going to cover the zipper. So you want to be really quite close as you can anyway. And I am going to pin it this time. I ran through this dress. I got like halfway through putting in the lap zipper and I hadn't pinned it. I just kind of went in like a, you know, just like a cowboy. Went in totally like without pinning it at all. And then I got a little off track and I was like, damn it. I got pretty far though. It's just laying it on there, but it's like, okay, Ashley, we'll put it in properly on camera. Oh, you don't go into the 80s. The youngest is the 70s for me. Okay. Why did I think you had an 80s one? But yours is like a 70... What's your youngest one, Serena? I think it's in the 70s, right? Like, we're still going to need to kind of hold it a little bit, but it's probably not going to be that big of a deal. The other thing is, too, if you wanted, like, when I was first doing this, I actually tacked my zipper down with a little bit of fabric tack when I was doing this, so that's also really helpful. So if you're struggling and, like, the pins are driving you crazy and you're not getting a good result, that's another trick you can try. Do I even have any right now? I don't. It's called fabric tack. It's in a clear bottle with a red label, and it'll just tack your, kind of help you hold your zipper in place while you sew it. So you can kind of see how I've got that pin there, kind of, sort of. I mean, it is helpful one way that I've got this bright red zipper that you guys can see what's going on. Early mid-70s. Okay. Yes. The machine I just bought, that I'm very excited about, that I am going to leave as a surprise is from between 1960 and 1963. So I am very excited because I thought I would baby step into the deep end. Still have some modern convenience, although this machine is practically vintage too at this point. It's 30 years old, but you know, I'm really excited about it. So I'm going to start at the I would normally say I'm going to start at the bottom, but I'm going to start at the non-pull end to start off with. So we're going to do that. And we are getting pretty close to time here, so if anyone has any other questions, comments, concerns, otherwise, we're probably going to stop at 9 once I get this put on, and we'll go from there. And do let me know what you want to see. Like, I'm really trying to decide what I'm doing next week, so let me know. Let me know what you'd want to see me work on. Okay, let me... Do you have a live every Sunday? Yes, most Sundays I have a live, yeah. I've been doing them every Sunday since January, so feel free to look back in the playlist too. But yeah, I've been trying to have a live every Sunday, so everybody works on their sewing on Sundays. That's the goal. So yeah, I hope you come and join us again. Oh, hello, Psycho Cat! Sorry I couldn't make it earlier, got very sleepy. No worries. I was nearly there this afternoon. I was like, I don't know, man. Hopefully my energy hasn't been too low in this live. Normally I have a certain level of Sunday anxiety, so the lives have been nice in that respect. Kind of, I don't know, helping with that. I'm anxious about something else. I don't know, I guess. Alright, so we're at the crucial point here where I'm getting towards the stopper. So I'm going to put my needle down, lift my presser foot up, and we'll see if I can get the zipper past the foot here. If I can't, then I'll just lift the whole thing up. Alright, fine. So I'm going to zip the zipper past where I was. And then just reset up here. Just try and line up my stitching so I don't have a jag. There we go. Cool, we got this far. I'm excited. I don't know, do you guys want to see the elastic next week? Because I can continue with this, but... Oh, thank you! Appreciate that, Psycho Cat. I do appreciate you joining us. And I have to do the YouTuber thing again, too, if you're joining us late. If you enjoy the lives, please do like them. I hate being a broken record about it, but it really, truly helps. Because otherwise, people don't ever see them, because that is annoying. So that's how YouTube works. So hit the like button if you've enjoyed the stream tonight. Let me know. But yeah. It really does, yeah, it really helps me out. If you want to support a YouTuber, like their shit. That's how that works. Alright, so... I love how you can sew and do this. I mean, this has been interesting. I definitely screwed up on things the first few times I did lives. But, yeah, and I like to make simple things on the live for the most part. It's like a fine balance. I try to include things that are helpful to see in real time, but also, you know, that aren't going to kill me at the same time. So you can kind of see, can you see? Little line of stitching right beside my zipper teeth there. Something like that. And I'm really lazy, so I generally do this. I find I get just a good result with my regular foot. I'm able to keep it more in line, but if you're more comfortable with a zipper foot, definitely do that. I got so lost in the sauce, I'd forget, y'all. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely difficult. I've got the iPad in front of me here so I can read you guys' live chat while I'm doing this, so that hopefully, like, I kind of see it moving out of the corner of my eye, and I'll see if you guys are messaging me or whatever, and it's good to have something to talk about while I'm doing this. Alright, so, next step is don't see the zipper. So I'm going to do this last step, and then we're going to get cut off, but I feel like it's helpful to finish sewing the lap zipper so that you guys can see this. So what you do is you line the fabric up over top of the zipper, just to the edge, of past the zipper teeth here. And you're going to make sure you line up your critical stuff first. Sewing hyperfocus is real. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I normally just put on a podcast or a book on tape or something. That's normally what I've got in when I'm not on camera, so that's my usual method anyway. So can't get distracted that way. I mean, I'll sometimes watch videos. I like watching costuming dramas because hers are longer. Or I'll watch Serena's while I'm sewing, but for the most part, depends on what I'm working on. If I'm okay, I need to put in buttons now, I will definitely listen to podcast or something, or just music. Use your regular foot when you can't be bothered, but I'm filming, I'll use a zipper foot. I sort of feel I don't know. I mean, we've talked about this. I sort of feel like my mantra is we're doing real sewing here, and if someone's gonna get. Some old lady in Alabama's gonna get angry about me about not switching my feet out, then I don't care, It's so what makes you happy? Life is too short. I honestly think I get it more even, because I find my zipper foot, sometimes, pushes my fabric off track. I think it's just the zipper foot I have on this machine is pretty wide, so it's better if I'm almost floating on top. I have a more even chance, but just me, because I literally thought I couldn't put in a zipper really, and then I switched feet and I was oh, this is fine. So yeah, I can get this. Can't believe I just went in like a cowboy last time and didn't pin this at all. How did I even get any result? The zipper's pretty nice on the back of this dress. The only thing is, because it's linen and it's lightweight linen, I wish I would have interfaced along the zipper, even though it's a lap zipper, just because the lap itself kind of gets a little wrinkly and it's really hard to iron because I don't want to melt the zipper. So that's one of the only things for the most part, I shook it out today after when it was hot and it was fine, out of the dryer. So, and that worked out just fine. So, I don't know. But, alright. So we are going to, so you can kind of see, can you see? And that's just over my red zipper. So that's the nice thing. If you don't have a zipper that perfectly matches, it's not the end of the world. Although I will say the red is a stretch, but dem skills. Yeah. I don't know if it's dem skills or not, but pure laziness. Alright, so in this case, usually what I'll do is, because I know I usually just use the side of my foot here for this. For my lap. It is so close to the end. This isn't bad to use this slightly longer zipper. Do use the correct zipper that they have in the thing. I think it'll be in my seam allowance. I think we're going to be okay, but it's just annoying. Alright. So I'm going to line it up with the side of my browser foot here. We're just going to go to town. It's like you can't really see what you're doing. It's fine. I'm just kind of... Red says I do what I want. Yeah. That's what we're calling it, right? I don't know, I just didn't feel like going out for a zipper just for this test. Like, I don't know. Although this is really cute. Hopefully it fits. The other thing, too, is if I end up converting it to a dress, like, I'll need a way shorter zipper, so... I don't know. Or a different zipper. Need a different zipper entirely. So... Alright, same-ish. We gotta... unzip the zipper. Line it back up. Throw a pin in the end. Alright. Oh yeah, and by the way, this pattern calls for an invisible zip, not a real zip, but I'm just doing this because it's me. And again, I had no invisible zip kicking around, so... Doing what I want, we're doing a red zipper, damn it. So... Alright, good to go. Okay, fancy scissors. Have a little bit left to be desired, but... Can't believe we almost did the whole construction in a night here. All I have to do is put in the seam allowance and... not seam allowance. I have to sew on the sleeves and put in the elastic casing and we're done. So I can't believe I almost did a blouse in a night, so... Oh, and I was a little off there. That's fine. It's like at the very bottom that's going to be tucked into a skirt anyway. I don't think I would wear this top like just as is with jeans. You can see our pretty lap zipper there. So there's our thing. It's actually a good lap zipper demo because you can actually see what's going on. So like that. There we are. So yeah, so pretty close to done in one night. That's kind of nice. So those giant aforementioned sleeves are going to go in. And then this whole giant neckline is just going to get gathered with some elastic. So you can kind of see, so it seems giant, but it's all going to get gathered. But you can see how that's going to look. I think it's going to be so adorable with the yellow, and then I'm going to wear it with that green skirt that we made in the other live. So yeah, so thank you guys so much for coming and hang out, as per usual. I always appreciate it. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this was really motivating this time, where I'm like, wow, I can actually get stuff done, so this was really great. So I appreciate you guys coming around and joining me again. Um, yeah, just hem the bodice and sleeves. Yeah, and then we're done. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Yeah, if you didn't catch last week's live with Serena, please do. It's still on the VOD, and I did leave a link in the comment, or a pinned comment with a timestamp, so you can jump right past my slight technical difficulties. So, yeah, so please go back and watch that if you didn't catch last week's with Serena. We had a lot of fun. It was really great. And then I'll be sewing something next week. I'll decide if I'm brave enough to sew up my NYX blouse or not. Decide what I'm doing for that. So, but yeah, let me know down below in a comment what you'd like to see, and if there's any projects that you'd really love for me to work on. I'd love to know, or if there's any skills like this lap zipper. That'll be really great. So, yeah, I'm so glad you guys enjoyed it tonight. Yay! Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Alright, so we're going to call it a night. It's 9:10 after. Can't wait to see you wearing it. Thank you. Oh, have a good week, Psycho Cat. Nice to see you guys again. It's nice to see some familiar faces this time. So, thank you guys. Alright, we're truly going to log off now. We're going to end